So, what is the difference between procedural-oriented programming and object-oriented? Object-oriented programming is more productive than procedural-oriented programming in the point of reusability, scalability, and scalability. Why it is more productive in object-oriented programming? Because it has extra concepts like classes, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, composition, like that. Because of this extra concepts, object-oriented programming is more productive than procedural-oriented programming. Why motorcycle is more effective than cycle? Because of engine, accelerator, fuel tank, clutch, multiple reasons. Exactly the same thing here. All these things are not there for cycle. Cycle has two wheels. Motorcycle also has two wheels. Cycle has handle. Motorcycle also has handle. But motorcycle is more powerful, more productive than cycle because of this engine, fuel tank, accelerator, all these things. Exactly the same thing. Right? The purpose of classes to increase reusability. Purpose of inheritance also increasing the reusability. Instead of creating the same properties in each class again and again, you can make it as child classes and you can create it. Purpose of polymorphism, flexibility. You get something from the parent, you change it according to your requirement. Flexibility. Encapsulation, as we discussed, packing, putting everything into one single object. Composition, mixing. Right? Now, today we look it into abstraction. Before we look it into abstraction, let me check the tasks. Uh, this is the foundation. Object-oriented programming is the foundation. It's done like a video game scenes, button clicking and Good work, man. But can see fully only if I run the application. By car. Accelerate. No gear. Change the gear. I cannot be on that. Then change the gear. Accelerate. Change the gear. What is the highest? Equipment. Right now, you have implemented the logic in class, and this car, gear, buttons you have implemented in the component. Sorry, in app.js component. But what this React team has done, they have created something called a class component. Both you can put it into them. Right now, in class, you cannot use JSXML. Understand? And what you are doing, you have created the class. That class you are using in app.js component. But now, once you use class component, everything can be put it into one. No need of separate class and separate component. And using the component, both can be into single. Got my point? Good. Good work, man. But you can add some beautification to it, something visually you are creating, right? beautification we can add instead of simple buttons. Okay. In app.js, if I see, has created the classes. And, motorcycle has taken, car has taken, and motorcycle is child of cycle, and car extends cycle. Now, car also has gear up, gear down, right? You can make a car child of motorcycle. Got a point? Now, automatically, whatever is there in cycle, whatever is there in motorcycle will come to car. There is no rule that child should not be parent to another. Nature. Now you are most of you are single, but after few years you get married. Few more years, kids. Few more years, they will become big. After few more years, they will become parents. They grandparents. At the time passes, here also the same. Now, as per this structure, cycle is the parent. Cycle is the parent. It has two children. Motorcycle and car. There is nothing wrong in it. But what I feel, you create cycle, you create a child, which is motorcycle. You create one more child. This approach, this structure will have more reusability than this. The reason is, for car, now here you have created a number of gears, gear up, gear down, all those things you have created. Those things are there for car also. You have to recreate again. Brothers' assets are not yours. Fathers can be yours. Exactly. Now here, motorcycle and car are brothers. These things will not come to this. If this is coming to this, then why Anil Ambani is poor and Mukesh Ambani is rich? They are brothers only. But why Anil Ambani is poor and Mukesh Ambani is rich? Got my point. If it is like this, now you have created a number of wheels here. It comes to this, it comes to this. Here you have created number of gears. It comes to this and this. But number of gears won't come to cycle. It comes to child class. Yes. You can create, this is called multi-level inheritance. What? Multi-level, any level of inheritance. You can create 100 levels also. Got your point? Overall good one. Now, for example, this car, class car extends cycle. Okay. Now let me show you. I'll be discussing in detail at that point of time. I am creating a folder called components. Okay. And here I'll say, for example, car train. I've created train.js. Now it's a RFCE means what? React Functional Component. Asking is function. But now instead of RFCE, I'll type RCC. React class component. Now see the difference. Export default class. Train extends component. That means inheritance. So So what React has done, they have created a class named component. Any class which is child of component becomes class component, and any class which is child of component can support JSX. Now see here JSXML. Understanding? Now this car is a class actually. Now if I import the component from React and makes this car child of component, this becomes class. Class component means what? It must be the child of component class. Suppose JSX. Got a point. But anyway, we'll be working even this also as something called render is a function. This is actually abstraction which I'm going to cover. Or the CON or it is automatically creating class constructor. Then I'll be discussing this. If a child class is creating a constructor, you have to write so. Now, motorcycle is the child of cycle, but he has not created any constructor. The constructor will be created automatically. If constructor you create, that's fine. If you haven't created it, it will create a constructor automatically. But in case if you are creating constructor, now see here, I am creating constructor. Won't work actually. Are you able to see? Show error actually. Not working. Must call super constructor in derived class before. That means now this is a child class. Child class, if you are creating constructor, you have to write super. Then it means. Super means referring to the parent class. Understand? Now, today we are going to work on abstraction. What is abstraction? Yes, but I'll tell you in a different way. You can understand it. What is regular expression? Set of rules. Regular expression, set of rules. Abstraction also the same. Abstraction means set of rules. What are the rules can be set? Abstraction means you can set certain rules. What are those rules? What are the properties should be created? What method should be created? You can create them. That's what actually abstraction means. I'll be covering in detail if you're understanding it. First of all, before we proceed with abstraction, you can implement now if I go through ECMA script. ECMA script means what? ECMA script means JavaScript. Actually, JavaScript is supposed to be called as ECMA script. Now, if I see this ECMA script, it is not showing versions. ECMA script version history. I'm going. See, we are all humans. Technically, humans are called as Homo sapiens. scientific term. Here also, JavaScript is the term we use, but technically it is called as ECMS. Okay. Now I am coming to ECMS script, and I have already shown you in 2015 version. The sixth edition ECMS script ES6 and later renamed as 2015 was finalized in June 2015. Okay. This update adds significant new syntax, not a new feature, new syntax for writing complex applications, including class declarations like class. So now this object-oriented programming we can do before also. Right now what we are doing, if I wanted to create a class, we are creating a class using class keyword. Some. But if you wanted to create implement this class concept, you cannot use class before. What you have to do, you have to create a function, then you have to write function dot prototype. Function dot prototype. That is how you create a copy of a function which is nothing but an object. So in version 2015, the version which was introduced in 2015, what they have done, they have added significant new syntax. That means instead of writing like this, you write like this. Which is easy to write. This is easy to write. So things are, see, the whole world works like this, simplifying. Now if I wanted to go to 10th floor, it was very difficult. Now, very easy, just press the button. Simplified through lifts. You just see, any palace you see, width will be more, height will be less. Why? No lifts then. Now, width will be less, height will be more. Because lifts has interface. Now imagine 40 floor building. What is the cost of the 40th floor? Will be extra charge because of its view. Now imagine no lifts, 40th floor. What happens? No one will buy. Even if you give free also, okay, you just put the document and go. If they say 40th floor, I am giving it to you, you will see like this. Nice. If you are unable to see, take a high resolution camera, zoom it and see. Beautiful. And you will go, that's it. You don't go. Going to 40th floor is difficult activity. Lift simplified it. That's what they are doing it actually. Right? But they haven't simplified everything. In that, abstraction is one thing. Implementing abstraction in JavaScript is complicated. They haven't simplified that. But implementing abstraction in Typescript is easy. What? Typescript. What is this again? What is Typescript? What is Typescript? What is Typescript? Any guesses? Translation. What he is saying? Okay. See, basically, I wanted to implement a web page. I wanted to get web pages. Basically, React.js development means nothing but web page development. Okay. So normally for web page development, we have to use HTML. So, are we really using HTML? Which one are we using? In React, which are we using? JS XML. We are not using HTML, we are using JSXML. Why are we using JSXML? React support JSXML. Why React support JSXML instead of directly HTML? because they are not improving the HTML so frequently. They are not improvising HTML so frequently. It's there from past 30 years, they are still version 5 only. They are not improvising it. That's why React has created their own called JSXML. JSXML is more powerful than HTML. More powerful in the sense it supports the concept called components. Supports more reusability. But in HTML I have to write everything. But even though we write JSXML, at the end it will be converted into HTML only. Why? Because browser understands HTML. There is no other option. In the same way, we use CSS. Actually, there is a better version than CSS. Why? What is the need of improvising CSS? CSS is there now. What is the need? CSS is also there almost 30 years. Still, it is version 3 only. They are not improvising it. So, people have created something called SAS, CSS, called as SAS. SAS is more powerful than CSS. Can you create variables in CSS? Variables. In SAS you can create. Can you write if else in CSS? In SAS you can write. Can you create functions in CSS? In SAS you can write. Functions with parameters in CSS. In SAS you can write. Loops, if else, everything you can write it in SAS. Which is powerful. SAS is powerful. But the browser cannot understand SAS. So what has to be done? It has to be converted into CSS. They have created a SAS because they are not improvising. Recently, actually, CSS also supports variables. But before that, the SAS is supporting variables. SAS supports not only variables, it supports functions, functions with parameters, loops. Syntax will be different, but it supports programming. So, CSS is for beautification. SAS means it's for beautification only, but for CSS they have added little programming to it. Understanding? First we have learned HTML, then we have learned CSS. Now we are working on this JSXML. SAS also will be working on it in future. Now JavaScript. Everyone thought that JavaScript also will not be updated. So they have created something called Typescript. What? Typescript. Typescript is what? They have taken JavaScript, added the extra features to it. They named it as Typescript. It's JavaScript only. A little extra features. But again, browser cannot understand. So what Typescript will do? That will be converted into JavaScript and will be executed. Understand? Now we can implement abstraction both in JavaScript and TypeScript. Implementing abstraction in JavaScript is too complicated. So we will try to implement it in TypeScript. You can understand it. Understanding what I am saying? And in future we are going now. Right now we are already using JSXML. In future we are going to use SAS. But out of these two, which one are we going to use? JavaScript. Why? TypeScript is also reusable. See, HTML, they are not updating frequently. That's why people created JSX. CSS, they are not updating frequently. That's why they have created SAS. What about JavaScript? See the version history. They have created the version in 2022, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Are able to see? They are updating long, very gap or very recently, frequently. That's why people are using JavaScript than TypeScript. They are updating very frequently. Everyone thought HTML they are not updating. So people are using JSXML. People are not updating CSS, so people started using SAS. Everyone thought the same way. People are not going to update JavaScript, so people are going to use TypeScript. That's what everyone thought. But there is a twist here. They are updating very frequently in such a way that the June 2020 is actually peak of coronavirus. Still, they have released papers. So everyone thought people are going to use TypeScript, but people are using JavaScript. That's why we are doing our course in JavaScript, not in TypeScript. But I wanted to show the feel of TypeScript, how TypeScript works. So we are using like this. Understand? What is TypeScript? TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Superset of JavaScript means what? They have taken JavaScript, added few extra features to it. That is called TypeScript. And TypeScript is developed by Microsoft. TypeScript is developed and maintained by Microsoft. Now let us try here. Say TypeScript is a free and open source programming language developed and maintained by Microsoft. It is a strict syntactical superset of JavaScript and adds optional static typing to the language. Simply speaking, it is a strict syntactical superset of JavaScript. Superset means they have taken JavaScript, added few extra features to it. That is called TypeScript. Understanding? Now, what are those extra features? What are those extra features? What are those extra features? Now, let me show you. Even though we are using JavaScript, there are some issues are there. There are some issues are there in it. Now we are going to learn what are those issues. Then we will look into the TypeScript. We will be understand. Now, just to give you an example. Now, I'm coming to app.js. This is normal JavaScript. Okay. Now, for our okay, see here. Let me create a variable. I'm just spoiling your code. You have your own copyright. Now, see, it's a let English marks. 90. Let's Telugu marks. English Telugu. Hindi science version. Hindi. 90, 80, 70. Normal variables have created. We have created so many variables so far. Now, how to calculate the total? Let the total English marks plus Urdu marks plus Hindi marks plus science marks plus social marks plus. Even we have done this also so many times. Now, what I will do, I'll say console log the total. Now, if I run the application, see, What is the total? 52. There is nothing, it's normal. Now, what I will do, I'll say like question marks ABC, something like this. I'm giving it. Yeah, am I supposed to give like this? Question marks should accept only numbers, but I'm giving string. Now the total value will be changed. 301 ABC 100. Is this what I am expecting? First of all, it should not allow me to type number strings, but still it is allowing. In Typescript, it will not allow. Advantage or not? By mistakenly, if you add string, it will not accept. Strict, that's what they said here. Typescript adds optical static typing of strict, syntactical superset of JavaScript. Understanding what I'm saying? You have exams. You wanted to wake up 6 in the morning and study. That's what your plan. In your house. 6 o'clock, the poor alarm makes noise. What do you do? Snooze or stop, depending upon your deep in the sleep. Snooze or stop. You are not strict there. Imagine the same scenario. You are in hostel, college hostel, 6 o'clock alarm. You don't wake up, what happens? Warden will come, knock the door. They'll make sure they wake you up and take you. They are strict, exactly the same. Understanding? So, in JavaScript, while creating the variable, I'm sending the value, but I'm not able to tell, please accept only numbers. But in Typescript, I can tell. Now, let me show you here. I'm just going to Typescript website. There is a website called typescript.org. I am clicking on this. Typescript lag. So Typescript is JavaScript with syntax for types. JavaScript only with a few extra features. See, Typescript is a strongly typed programming language that builds on JavaScript. Now I wanted to try this Typescript. Are you able to do something called playground here? Let me try here. I'll click on this playground. So here I can write some JavaScript, some TypeScript I can use. I think the version 2 or 4 is there. 4.9. Now observe here what I am going to do. I am creating a variable. Let English, or I will say, let English marks equal to 90. This is the way we create in JavaScript. But in TypeScript, we said that we have extra features, right? What is the TypeScript English marks? Specify colon, specify type number equal to 90. That means I am telling that English marks should accept only numbers, not anything else. Now what I will do is say English marks equal to ABC. I am applying. Are able to see? Typescript type or string is not assignable to type. Advantage of this is what is called as strict typing. In JavaScript we cannot control that. In TypeScript we can control. Understanding? But the browser understands JavaScript or TypeScript. Then what we have to do? Convert this into JavaScript. Like JSXML is converting into HTML, TypeScript also has to be converted. Now the advantage of this is you can write better code than JavaScript. Write better code than JavaScript. Even by mistakenly, if you make a mistake, it will not accept. Understand? Now let us try one more. I'm just showing you one feature. Now here I am assigning ABC. If I want, I can assign true. True or false also. Anything it accepts. But here will not accept anything other than number. Now I'll assign true. So again showing error. Type boolean is not assigned to type. Now I'll say let the student name. Now what I will do, I'll say student name equal to 90. But it says type number is not assigned to type. But in JavaScript, it accepts. Understood the difference? Which is more strict? TypeScript is more strict. Let me show you one more example. I have shown you yesterday also. This, I am creating a function. Let generate result. I am creating a function. Named function. Say console log inside. Inside the say following with generator. This is JavaScript. Now I come here and refresh it inside generate result normal. But now observe here. How many parameters are we creating? No parameters. Now what I'll do here, I'll say 10, 20, 40. I haven't created any parameters, but I am passing 4 parameters. Now let us see if we throw any error. Inside, is it showing any error? I haven't created any parameter, and I am passing 4. Still, it is accepting. Or what I will do, I'll create one more. Let calculate total. I'm creating a simple function, and here I am passing creating a comma b. 2 parameters I am passing. Let's say let total is equal to a plus b. Now how many parameters I have created? And here I'll say console log total. And now what I'll do, I'll say calculate total. I'm giving 100 comma 200. What it should show? 300 it should show. Now I'll come here, refresh it. Insert calculate total is 300. Now what I will do, I don't pass any values at all. I'm supposed to pass 2. I'm not passing anything. I'm refreshing. Is it showing any error? Okay, I am supposed to pass 2, but I am not passing anything. It is still not showing any error. It is saying nan means not a number. I am trying to add. It's not a number. That's what it is saying. But that is not an error. Okay, I will pass 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. How many should accept actually? Is it showing any error? First 2 parameters they calculate. So I have created a function with 2 parameters. Less than 2 also it is accepting. 2 also is accepting, more than 2 also it is accepting. But in TypeScript, 2 means 2 only. Not less than, not more than. That's what it is called as strict. Now let us create it in the same function. I am creating it. Let's calculate the total. Same code. Here it is working right. The same code I will come here and I paste it in TypeScript. I am creating it. Are you able to see the showing error? It is saying parameter A, B, parameter of B. Parameter A implicitly has any type. That means it's the saying you haven't specified any type. Now I wanted to pass numbers. So I'm specifying it as number. Even here also. Are you using it? Let us see that here. Now I am trying to pass the third parameter. See here, are able to see expected 2 arguments but got. If I pass only one, it will share. Expected 2 arguments but got. In JavaScript, if you create 2 parameters, less than 2 it accepts. 2 it accepts, more than 2 it accepts. Anything it accepts. But here it's not like that. Simply speaking, JavaScript is like your grandmother's house. You do anything, no problem. TypeScript is like hostel. You do anything, problem. Got a point? The difference. Everyone thought future is TypeScript because it has more features than JavaScript. But why still people are using JavaScript? They are updating fast. Every year they are updating it. They are adding features, they are simplifying it. But when it comes to abstraction part, they haven't simplified yet. I'm going to show you TypeScript. It is using JavaScript because they don't want it to be strict everywhere. See, if you wanted to use TypeScript, little more expertise you need it, which people doesn't want it. Not many people, everyone knows doesn't have that extra knowledge. It's habituated everyone that people are using JavaScript for so long, same thing is continuing. No doubt TypeScript is more powerful. More powerful means they have taken JavaScript, added the extra features. Have you heard about right now we are working on HTML5. Have you heard about HTML4? HTML before HTML version before you see the HTML version, HTML version 2, HTML3, HTML4, HTML5. I think there is a version, I think HTML3 or HTML4. What they have done, right? There is a version they have created HTML in such a way that it is too strict. Too strict in the sense, normally what is the behavior of HTML? Even if you create a tag with your own name, also it will not show here. Now, in HTML, if I type a node called element called Manjuna, it will not show here. It will accept it. It will show it as a paragraph. But they have created a version which is too strict. Even if you make a small mistake, also things won't. They have created that strict version, but the world rejected it because the lakhs of websites are there. Every website has some issues. So if they adopt that latest version, their website won't work. So lakhs of websites, maybe crores of websites has to be corrected if they accept the HTML strict version. So they have removed that version. They have released HTML. This is also something like that. Got it right? If you know JavaScript means, you know TypeScript also. It's a little different. If you know Honda bike, that means you know Bajaj bike also. A little differences. That's got a point. Now we can create the projects using TypeScript also. Even the React team knows JavaScript, TypeScript is better than JavaScript. But whenever we create a project, are we creating a project using JavaScript or TypeScript? JavaScript only, not TypeScript. Market not adopted TypeScript fully. Have you heard about a technology called Angular? Like React? React is from Facebook. Angular is Microsoft, not Google. Angular is from Google. But in Angular, people use TypeScript. If you wanted to implement Angular projects, you have to use TypeScript. What about you took 1 month time on learning JavaScript? How much time you need to work on TypeScript? Another 1 month. Why? Same thing only. Little extra features. You learn the little extra features. That's you understand. Hardly 2 hours. What we do? How to create variables, how to create functions, how to create classes. That's it. The syntax difference if you see, you will understand. If you have already seen variables, functions, what you have to do? You have to write extra keywords. You are able to see void. If your function is returning anything, you have to specify the data type. If you are not returning anything, you have to write void. Actually, this should work. I don't know why this is not working. Simple mathematical should be here. We just have it. Understanding here it is showing now. I scrolled down, see here it shows errors. If there are any errors, it shows errors. Now if I want, I can create a project using TypeScript. I can create a project using TypeScript. So now what I have to do for that, normally if I wanted to create a React project, npx create React app. But that normally creates a project in JavaScript. Now if I wanted to create a React project in TypeScript, yes, we can create it. But the command is slightly different. Hyphen template TypeScript you have to use. npx create React app, application name, space, hyphen template, TypeScript. That's what you have to give. Let me show you the command, you can understand it easily. TypeScript create can get it. npx create React app, application name, space, hyphen template, TypeScript. Now the project will be created in TypeScript. So it will be created in TypeScript. But remember, you should have TypeScript installed in your system. You should have TypeScript installed in your system. How to install TypeScript? npm install TypeScript. Now if I go to npm npmjs.com, here I will search for TypeScript. TypeScript is a language for application scale JavaScript. So if I click on this, you can install npm TypeScript I or install anything else. Once it is installed, you can check it whether it is installed. Now already TypeScript is installed in my system. Let me check the version. What I will do, I'll create a folder called I'll just open it. What is the latest version of TypeScript? 4.9.4, published 19 days ago, almost 3 weeks back. Now let us see what is the TypeScript version I have. command space hyphen b. What is the version I have? 9.3. What is the latest version? 9.2. So if I want, I can upgrade it. Again, I'll say np install hyphen b. I'll give hyphen b means globally for any project. If I say just npm install TypeScript, it works only in this folder. In this folder only. I'm giving hyphen b. It means this TypeScript can be accessible in any project. Enter. Now it is installed in TypeScript. After installation of TypeScript, now if I check it, it should show 4.9.4. Okay, it is installed now. I'll say tsc space hyphen b 4.95. Now TypeScript is updated in my system. Now the extension of TypeScript is .ts. .ts. Now we have tried TypeScript in playground here. Now I wanted to create a file and I wanted to execute it. What I'll do, I'll create a folder .ts. Not JS, it is ts. Now what I'll do, I'll say let the age number I have created. Now I'll say age equal to it should work or it should not work. It should not work because I have given type number and later I am changing it to should show error actually. But anyway, now I have created some TypeScript. Now I wanted to convert this TypeScript to JavaScript. Now what I will do, there is a command you have to give, that is the tsc is file name. Here it is showing automatically error. Are able to see? Type string is not assignable to type number. It's automatically showing problems also it is showing. Are able to see? Sir, it's showing a bit slow. Okay, now I am just correcting this issue. Let's say 20. So it should not show any error. Okay. Now I have created this. Now I wanted to convert this into JavaScript. Now this cannot be used in our browser because browser understands JavaScript, not TypeScript. Now if I want to convert it, I have to give a command called tsc space index.ts. If I say enter, now observe what happens. A JavaScript file will be created. Now we are actually converting from TypeScript to JavaScript. On one error. When a JavaScript file is created, are able to see? So basically, I'm giving an example. Okay. JavaScript is like 2-year-old baby, for example, 2-year-old baby, or 1-year-old baby, whatever. Whatever you put into the kid mouth, the kid accepts it. TypeScript is like mother. Always try to protect it. So for example, 1-year baby is sleeping on the bed. On her left hand, she found a paper. What she will do? She will take it and try to put it into the mouth. Anything you give, even if you give mobile also, mouth, paper also mouth, currency also mouth, everything they will put it into. Understanding? JavaScript is like that. But TypeScript will not accept it, like mother. If she tries to put that, she will not accept. Then the mother feels that okay, she might be feeling hungry, then she gives to the kid. But at the end, who is eating? It only. But mother protects it. Here also. Now, two kids are there. 1-year-old kid, 2.5-year-old kid. Now, 2.5-year-old kid tries to play with that 1-year-old kid. When 2.5-year-old kid doesn't know anything. Got a point. Then the mother has to protect the 1-year kid from 2.5-year-old kid also. Something like that. Understanding what I'm saying? So, I'm just showing you an example. We can create Typescript file and we can write JavaScript that can be converted into Typescript file by executing the DSC command that can be converted into JavaScript. And browser can. Now, if I create index.html here, in index.html, I have to refer to JavaScript file, not Typescript. But anyway, we don't use like this, we use from React point of view. Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a React project using Typescript. How do I do that? Now, let me come here. Let me do these things. Now, let me close this. Now, what I wanted to do. Normal React project, npx create React application app name, let's say PS app, some name I'll give. But if I give like this, it actually creates JavaScript. But what I want, application project, I'll say space hyphen template space TypeScript. Say enter. Now it is actually creating a React project with TypeScript, not JavaScript. TypeScript, not JavaScript. Now see, normally React DOM, React scripts will be installed. Here a template. It is installing, are able to see it is installing TypeScript also. Understand? Any question? Normally, these things will be there while creating any project. But here they are creating CRA template TypeScript because we have created using TypeScript. How to create a TypeScript project? Normally, project creation syntax is npx create React app. React app. The application name I say TS app. Create the JavaScript project. But for this you have to add extra what hyphen template base TypeScript. If you add this piece extra while creating the project, automatically TypeScript project will be created, not JavaScript project. All these days we have created a React project based on JavaScript. Now we'll be creating React project based on TypeScript. Now whenever you make a mistake in the sense syntax, it can be syntax or it can be strict typing. It will throw errors. If you make logical mistakes, it will not tell. That means pass marks is greater than or equal to that. By mistakenly have given less than or equal to. Those kind of issues it will not tell. Logical errors. If logical errors it can able to tell why you or me, it will automatically write the code. Because it doesn't have that capacity. We are doing. Understanding? React auto dummy. Anything. Anything can be used. Now the project is creating. Now see in package.json also, no, it is not created yet. And once we create any TypeScript that can be converted into JavaScript, now we can control which JavaScript to be converted out. There are so many versions of JavaScript. There will be a file called tsconfig. What? Tsconfig, a separate file will be created called ts.json. In this tsconfig file, we can control which version of JavaScript you want. There are around 15 versions or 12, 13 versions. We wanted to convert the TypeScript to JavaScript 11 version or 10 version, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, or whatever the version you want. That can be converted. That we can convert. But in React projects, we cannot see the JavaScript files. Earlier, I have shown you we have created the TypeScript file, converted that into JavaScript. But in React project, everything runs. All the TypeScript you have written, everything will be converted and executes. But that converted code you cannot see. Probably there might be some separate comments, I don't know. Probably if you research it, you may find it. If you see package.json file, this is one thing extra we are getting it. And I think that's it. Remaining are related to this. The project is created. Now let us see the differences. We have already created so many JavaScript projects. Now we are creating the TypeScript project for the first time. Let us see the differences. If you see here, folder structure, everything is same. Node underscore modules, public, SRC, and everything. But what is the difference? Are able to see tsconfig.json. This is the one which is extra. Which is extra. Right now, whatever the code we write, everything will be converted into ES5 version. ES5, that is the default. Right? And so many other things also they have given it. If you want, you can control. Now, go to SRC. Are able to see any difference? App.tsx, not JS, it is tsx. Again, internally everything is same. Understand? Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a component. I have to create a tsx. Now, what I will do, I'll say folder components, and here I create the main header for tsx. My header.tsx I have created. Not JS, it is tsx. Let's say RFCE. created. Now my header is there. Now I'll come to app.tsx. I am just removing unwanted code. Let's say I'll say cd dsr. Now it will run normally. Instead of .js file, we have created TSX. Now in this, now if I try it now, see, I'll be in our component. Let us see in our component observe. What I'll do is select English marks, special type, number. Now here I'll try to assign English marks. Will it accept? It's showing error already. Type string is not acceptable to type. Will not show this in Java. The same rules applicable. Now we are actually writing Typescript. We create a function, two parameters you must pass two only, not more than two, not less than. Understood what is the Typescript? Clear? Now it is showing error because of this English. In JavaScript it won't show. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to implement abstraction. What exactly abstraction means? Abstraction means creating rules. Now it's like this. Can you tell me the difference between player and coach? Coach creates rules but won't play. Understand? Player follows the rules and plays. This is a normal class. This is abstract class. That means abstract class creates rules. Rules means what are the properties should be there, what are the methods should be there. But that cannot be instantiated like normal. That's the difference. Just to show you an example, now what I will do, I am creating a folder called classes, and I wanted to create a class using Typescript. Now see, define an abstract class in Typescript using the abstract keyword. Abstract classes are mainly for inheritance, where other classes may derive from them. We cannot create instances of an abstract. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to create the classes like lion, tiger, or cheetah, something like the classes I wanted to create, or lion, or elephant or crocodile like that I wanted to create. But certain rules I wanted to follow for each animal. Each animal, number of eyes will be there, number of nose will be there, number of hearts will be there, eating habit, food habit, those things will be there. Now, what I will do, I am going to create a class called animal. What? Animal dot is typescript. Animal dot is. Then what I will do, I wanted to create a class. Animal. Now, this is a normal class. Of course, we have to export it. I'm creating the class and I'm exporting it. And what I do and say, let the number of I've created a variable. Now I have created number of eyes property. Number of nose. Sorry, have created. This is a normal class. It's a normal class. I can instantiate this. Now I'll come to app.tsx and what I'll say, let done automatically. from errors. Now I have created a class in Typescript, normal only. I have given I have created export the keyword here and I create normal class. I can instantiate. Abstraction means what? Abstraction means create rules. Other people has to follow. Now I will tell you how to do the task, how to attend interviews. But I don't do it. I don't attend it. I am abstract. Got a point? Exactly the same thing. Now I have created a normal class. We are instantiating normally like this. This is not an abstract class, normal class. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to make this as an abstract class. That means if I make this as an abstract class, this abstract class creates rule and it can be used for inheritance only, not for directly using. Now how to convert this as abstract class? You have to use keyword called abstract. Abstract keyword you have to use. Now what I will do, I will use the keyword abstract. Now I have created the keyword called abstract. Now this is abstract class. That means this can be used as a parent class to other classes, not direct usage. Now I will come here. Now see, it will show error. Earlier it worked fine, now it is showing error. What is the error? Cannot create an instance of an abstract class. Like coach. Coach cannot be played, but can create rules. You might have seen a movie called Check the India. Shah Rukh Khan is coach. He creates rules, players have to follow. But he cannot go and play in the field. In the climax of the movie, if you see it, he will be guiding the players. But he cannot go and play. Dear player, you go, I'll play instead of you. Cannot do that. Exactly. Now we have created the normal class. The normal class we have converted into abstract class by creating abstract property, abstract keyword. Now what I will do, wherever you use abstract keyword, that becomes, now see, abstract. You use abstract keyword before, that becomes the rule. Now I'll use the abstract here. Abstract here. Abstract. And if it is abstract, you don't specify any values. Now, what actually I have done, I have created the abstract class and I have created 3 abstract properties. That means any class which is child of this must use those 3 properties. Must use those 3 properties. Now I am creating another abstract function. Abstract keeping say void. Void means not returning anything. So now I have created how many abstract classes? 1. What are the rules in this abstract class we have created? 5 rules. 3 properties must be there, 2 methods must be there. These are the rules I have created. Now what I will do, I will create a class now called lion dot yes. Then I will say class created a class. Now this is a normal class. I can create any properties, any method, and all those things. But what I will do here is say extends animal. Extends animal. Now by the time I extend animal, now see what happens. Now it is showing errors. What are those errors? Non-abstract class line does not implement inherited abstract members eating habits from class animal. Non-abstract class line does not implement the inherited abstract number number of ears, number of eyes, number of nose. Saying all are missing. Now here we have something called big fix. Are you able to see? Click on this. Implement inherited abstract class. Here implement all the inherited abstract classes. Automatically created. You can write whatever you want. Now number of eyes, we'll say 2. There I have assigned the number 1. And you write whatever you want. Now observe here. I have created the class called animal. First I have created the normal class. Then I have instantiated it is working. Then I have converted this as abstract class by fixing the keyword option. Now, if you use abstract, that means that is mandatory. I said these properties are mandatory. These methods are mandatory. And I'll create one more property and one more method. Dancing child. Now I can write whatever I want, I can edit it. Now dancing style is not a rule. Child will get it according to inheritance. But these 5 are mandatory rules. Understanding? Now what I will do, I will create one more class. Elephant. Dot. Now I'll say expo class elephant. Now you can create your own properties, your own methods. No rules to be followed. But if I make this as a child of animal, then now see what happens. It will. Now if I roll over here, if I say quick fix, all are. Now why dancing is not coming? That's not a rule. Class can hold methods, right? Yes or no? Now this animal class, dancing style is a normal function. And I'll say wait type normal variable. This is a normal variable in the class. This is a normal function in the class. It will be passed to the child classes according to inheritance. But these 5 are rules. Mandatory child has to be followed. Now, if you join in army school, mandatorily you have to follow certain things. First thing they do is haircut. It's a rule to be followed. Exactly. But this animal class cannot be used like a normal instance. So coach is the good example of abstract class. Coach creates rules, players has to follow. In the same way, abstract class creates rules. All the derived or child classes has to follow. This is called abstraction. Now you, as a student, it's a normal class. Me, abstract. I can create so many rules, but I don't follow. You have to follow. I can tell you, you have to do that, you have to do this, but I don't. You have to follow. Not a point. That is an abstraction. Teacher creates rules in the school. Students has to follow. Abstraction. Teacher gives exam papers to the students, but teacher won't write the exam. Abstraction. Understood what is the concept? Now, once you understand the concept, you express it in your own way in interviews. Got a point? If you search in internet for all these object-oriented programming, they'll give you so much of description. It's very complicated. And yeah, what these guys are saying, they'll give it. You can read it. Didn't understand. Most of the things are like that. Have simplified a lot. So now you go and read it. At least a bit you can understand. Got a point? Classes inspired from printing. Inheritance inspired from parent and child. Composition, fruit salad. Encapsulation, package. Abstraction, coach, player. Coach creates JS example, like component. DS means, but in JavaScript, everything you can directly, you can use JSX there also. DSX means component. DS means Typescript. But usually we create components only. There we write everything. Got it? Syntaxes are slightly different, not much different. Slightly different. In JavaScript, if I wanted to create any variable, how do I do? Inside constructor, I write this dot. But here directly I am writing it. Little differences are there. See, Honda bike, Bajaj bike is there. Bikes are bike, little differences. Particularly in gears, few gears will be brought down, few gears will be applied. Little differences. If you don't follow that, anyway they will tell you that this is an error. What do you find? If I make a mistake, it will automatically tell us this is an error. Incorrect. Understanding what I am saying? Now observe here, this is a normal variable. That's why I am assigning the value. These are rules. That's why I am not assigning the value. This is a normal function. I can write whatever I want. These two are rules. That's why I am not writing anything. Because I am not writing anything in it, now in child class it is asking the number of eyes has no initializer. It is showing now you have created the variable but you haven't assigned any value. Understood? I have covered this object-oriented programming in the most common terminologies like printing press, parent-child relationship, packaging, coach, player, fruit salad, those kind of things. But don't give fruit salad as the example in interviews. They'll ask you who taught you all this. Try to give some decent example. Coach, player probably you can give. Abstraction. Now this creates actually JavaScript, but implementing abstraction is too complicated. In JavaScript here, directly simply give keyword abstract. Everything the headache it will. Earlier also, this JavaScript is supporting object-oriented programming, but not many people are using because it is because of its complexity to use. Now, you just use the keyword called class. Everything is doing it. So people started using exactly. I want you to try all this. Void means we are telling, we are not returning it. See, functions can return something, right? So we must specify what are we returning. If you are returning number, you have to specify number. If you are returning string, specify string. If you are returning object, specify object. If you are not returning anything, say void. Void means empty. Void means empty. That means you are not returning it. Understood abstraction? Typescript? Even though we have covered TypeScript, even though it is much better than JavaScript, which one we use? Everyone someone knows waking up in the morning is good, what we do? So here we are using mainly we are covering the course in JavaScript. The market is using JavaScript. Market is switching to TypeScript. We will do the